Hello and good evening and welcome to the 10th edition of the Hot Rod Action video log. Firstly, I'd like to say thank you to all of the people who've subscribed to my channel. I know I've been plugging it a little bit, but YouTube has sort of backed a few of the, or all of the smaller channels into a bit of a corner, and we're trying to fight back, and all will be explained with that a little bit later on. At this moment I was 135 subscribers. Thank you very much. Welcome to the new subscribers, and I hope you like the hot rodding. If you didn't, you're going to be introduced to something that's a little bit different to the usual mainstream shopping trolley. Oh yeah, if anybody wants to share this this vlog or my channel and persuade their friends to subscribe, go on please, it'll be quite nice. And say the more viewers I've got, the more subscribers I've got, the more chance I've got of getting more videos on. And thanks again to Pete Chandler for supplying the graphics that I put at the start of these vlogs. Thank you, mate, you're a good one, and hopefully I'll be seeing you at the swap meet down in Essex Arena in a few weeks now. I'd like to take a look back at Queen Square from last weekend. I'm not entirely sure what went wrong with it. I've been going down there on and off now for about 4 years, but for some reason the last few meetings something has changed. Maybe because it's winter and a lot of the people with the hot rods and American cars are keeping their cars away, trying to keep the salt off them from the miserable wintry roads. But I'm not so sure. The whole atmosphere seems to have changed down there in the last few times. It used to be very friendly atmosphere, very family oriented. You get down there first thing on Sunday morning and you find dads out dragging the kids around looking at the cars. There would be lots of classic, lots of hot rods, lots of American cars there, and a few more modern things. You know, you'll get the usual Focus STs, RSs, and a few you know, supercars, hypercars, McLarens and things would turn up along with the Aston Martins and that. But something seems to have changed. This last time we were down there, we took a walk around, and the place was overflowing more or less with BMW M3s, pretty much stock, maybe lowered. Focus STs, Focus RSs, Fiesta STs, Hondas, and to be fair, I don't have anything against these guys because they're all petrol heads and they all form part of the hobby. But to travel 40 miles down the motorway to Bristol, an hour's driving, and to be confronted with an awful lot of cars that I could find in my local supermarket car park, well, to be fair, that wasn't for me. I like me hot rods and my American cars, my drag racing, classics even. As classics eventually, don't let anybody hear me say this, but classics eventually become hot rod fodder. Now, rumour has it, with the little four populars, or anglers as you Americans call them, in Britain, I don't know how it is in the States, but they do believe there are more hot rodded anglers or pops on the roads here than there are standard ones, which has got to be saying something. They've been the backbone of our hot rodding history for quite a few years. But back to the Queen Square thing. I'm not too sure I want to be travelling 40 odd miles on a Sunday, early o'clock in the morning, just to come down and see a bunch of hot hatches. And yeah, fair enough. I mean, some of them putting out hideous amounts of horsepower. They're quick, they're lowered, and they've had bits and pieces done to them. But to be fair, alongside the hot rods and the classics and the customs, which you know have had an awful lot of work done just to get them to the state, or you know, to the presentable state that they're in. You know, some of them are absolutely stunning. It just doesn't compare. So for the foreseeable future, well, at least until it warms up a little bit, we're going to start giving the Queen Square meet in Bristol a bit of a miss. And starting this Sunday, we're going to head up to Great Malvern, which is about 30 miles in the opposite direction to Bristol. A place called the Filling Station, where it seems hot rods, American cars and all sorts gather. And so back to Queen Square slightly, I digress in there. We know that the hot rods and American cars don't tend to hide from the salt and bad weather too much, because with my regular attendance at the Butty Run, they're always there. So, you know, these guys aren't afraid to get their cars out, as are the classic owners. So, not so sure what happened, they just didn't have the friendliest feel down there. So we're going to give Great Malvern, the Filling Station, a trial run this weekend, and I think it will probably be a bit better. Forecast is horrible, weather-wise. We might see a bit of snow first thing Sunday morning up there, and then rain. But we won't let that dampen it. I'll be there with camera in hand, so you can all see what's going on. And fingers crossed, it will be a good one. And to top it all off, on the way back at Malvern Showground, there's a great big auto jumble on, so I might go in there, camera in hand and wallet in hand, and see if I can pick anything up for the project that I've got ongoing here. Now, I know a lot of you probably haven't heard of the project that I've got going along here at the moment, but I'm in the middle of building, which is currently stopped due to personal situation, but I'm in the middle of building a 1994 Audi 80 station wagon. I have a 8-inch Mustang axle in the shed waiting for a 4-link to be fitted to go in the back of the Audi, and a small block Chevy and turbo 350C or similar will be going up front. So we're making something a little bit different from the Audi 80 wagon, and the project's called Project Purple. The car is called Old Purple because, funnily enough, it's purple. I'll see if I can pop a picture on here once I finish filming. So I will give some updates of the project as it goes on, although it might be a little while before I can actually get back into it due to, say, the personal circumstances right now. But shortly I will nip out with a camera one afternoon over the next few weeks and film around the car so you can actually see what it is, and I can give you a bit of an explanation of what I'm doing to it. So there we go. So Great Malvern this weekend. But I digress there, didn't I? Yeah, we're going to the Auto Jumble to see what is on hand. This week, what have I been up to? Well, other than not enjoying myself immensely at the Queen Square meet. No, I can't say I didn't enjoy myself immensely, because there were quite a lot of really nice cars there, to be fair, the classics and that, but it was just overrun by the other types. But this week, I've done that, been to work, sadly, strangely, after earning $1. This week, yes, I've been making some music on the computer and the synthesizers, which you can see behind me. Oh yeah, James the Jaguar was playing up. A few weeks ago he developed a bit of a misfire, and tracked it down to cylinder number 7. It turns out the coil had packed up on it, on that individual plug, so I ordered a new one, fitted it, great. Week later, funnily enough, started misfiring again. Anyway, plug number 5 had gone this time, so another coil was purchased, fitted it yesterday, and he's all happy and dancing again now. So I've now ordered another one, another coil, which is in the post, should be here Monday, which I'm going to carry around in the boot of the car, so if it does misfire again, it's only a 2-minute job to fit, so I'm ready to swap it over. So James is back to rude health. Anyway, going back to the reason for me plugging the channel, is YouTube, being what they are, I think have decided they want to really only support the big guns out there, these guys that get 1 million views a day. And I think they deem, unless you've had 4,000 hours of viewing and got 1,000 subscribers, then you're not worthy of the extra sort of facilities you get afforded before. The goalposts keep moving. When I first started, I know most of you don't like advertising on a video, but I allow the adverts to run at the start of a video and appear on the page. Not for any reason. I'm not after making 1 million, because since I, under the original goalposts, achieved 10,000 views, now at 17,000, I've earned about £10, what was that, about $12. So it's not a lot, but by the end of the year I was hoping it would make enough money for me to attend 1 or 2 events for free. As you know, I attend the Ace Cafe for the Hot Rod Night. Now, for me, that's a 220-mile round trip. It means I have to finish work early, so it means taking leave, travelling across to London in the worst of rush hour, and travelling back. Now, the car, yes, I know it's my choice, but on that trip I use £40 to £50 worth of fuel for the round trip, you know, and I have to eat. And then I don't get back home until about midnight, and then I've got to be up in work at 7 o'clock the next morning. So to be able to make enough money to attend these events for free is, you know, or to attend at least 1 or 2 of them during the year would be quite nice. So, you know, I'm not after making 1 million. Although if somebody does want to view one of my videos 1 million times, then I'll quite happily take it. But please, anybody out there, if you are watching this and you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to put it up here, just right there, right? You subscribe. If I can get 1,000, then I can put adverts back on it again, right at the beginning, because as of the 20th of February, otherwise I won't be getting anything. I mean, I don't mind not getting anything. I mean, I would be attending events anyway, just maybe not as far afield as London. You know, London is a fair way away, and I attend it so that you guys got a little bit more diversity on the channel. So YouTube, stop messing us around, please. And as to the rest of you, thank you again for the subscriptions, and also the viewing as well. So it was 135 views, sorry, 135 subscribers as of about 20 minutes ago, maybe more now. And I've hit somewhere in the region of 1,140 hours of viewing since I started in August. That's only 5 months, so in my mind, you know, I mean, that's quite successful in my own personal opinion. I've had, you know, there's the neck end of 18,000 views of my videos and saying 1,100 plus hours of viewing. That can't be too bad, and it's not quite with the BBC or ABC networks, but it's alright for this niche market of ours. You know, I mean, the hot rodders make a small niche of the automotive world and an even smaller niche of the big world, so there we go. Anyway, if anybody's got any comments, or, you know, please leave messages on the bottom of this video. And if you haven't got any comments, that's fair enough, just carry on watching, and please subscribe if you haven't. All the very best, and see you for the next vlog. Ta-ra! Oh yeah, and if anybody of you, sorry, what have I done this week? What else have I done this week? I can't bloody remember. Brain fade. This week. Oh, I've been making some music on the computer, and Poppy the Rascal's barking in the background. Just hold on 1 second. Think. What did I do this week? What was I going to mention? A few weeks ago, I developed a bit of a misfire, and it was a few weeks ago, and 135. And if you haven't, I enjoy, or welcome back. Yeah.